Welcome to DasGeek. Every year I love this season, the holiday season where you get gifts. I mean, spend time with friends and family because that's what it's all about. But sometimes somebody's done something extra special for you and you want to get them a really nice gift. And I will love to do this list every single year where I do my gift guide for the geek in your life. This could be the geek that's your relative, your spouse, whatever. As long as they're a geek, they're going to love any of these items on this list, I think. Now, these are all items throughout the year that I personally utilized and absolutely adore, have zero buyer's remorse on, and I'm a pretty cheap person, so I get buyer's remorse pretty easy, so that actually means something, and I think that you'll enjoy. Now, I see a lot of these lists come out, and it's like, if I got that gift that they had on that list, I'd be angry. So I know that some of this stuff can be subjective, but I think this is a really good list because you're going to see a lot of this stuff I put into use throughout all of the different things that I do, like the Destination Linux podcast or this YouTube channel here, or just my general geek hobbying out there. So we've got some sections broken out here that you can look at, and we've also got a large price range here. This is up on the DasGeek community website for you to go check out. Patrons got access to this list first. So now you guys can all, by the time this video hits, see this list of items. Leave your comments below on this list of items if you think other things should have been on this list instead, or more importantly, you have other items that you think a geek in your life would love, then you can add them down below in the comments. So somebody looking for a gift could pick one of those up as well. So the first thing I got to give a shout out to is the DBX286S. This is just an amazing product, and I'm going to actually demonstrate. I'm not going to show all these products here. For the most part, these are all affiliate links, by the way, if you go through my website. I do not recommend that necessarily Amazon has the lowest prices on these devices, so definitely use Slick Deals or other things to try to find them cheaper. If you are okay of taking the risk with used things, I am personally, then check out eBay and other used website sources in your origin or country so that you can save a lot of money and still have a great product. This is an expensive one at $199. This microphone preamp and channel strip processor, first of all, looks awesome. It's like being on the set of Star Trek, right? And you got all these little knobs and dials and lights going off. And who doesn't love that? Who doesn't love to see all that stuff? But I'm going to show you what makes this especially special. This is a Rode Procaster, which is also on the list. An absolute fantastic microphone for you. But I am in a noisy basement. It's even noisier now because we're moving. This is the last time I'll be in this room doing a video, and because all the furniture and things are gone in this basement, it's noisy. I've got my computer directly behind the microphone, so it's only going to get noisier. And I'm going to show you what happens with this Rode Procaster if I turn off the process here. So now you're hearing it in process bypass mode, which means all of the gating and enhancements and things to the audio is turned off. And you can see it sounds a lot different. Not that it sounded amazing before, but certainly it's cutting out all those noise through gating and things of the computer running in the background, of the echoing and all of that stuff that you could do with the DBX286S. So if the geek in your life is doing anything audio related, they will love this gift. Let me turn that processing back on. Okay, so next up on the list obviously is the Rode Procaster dynamic microphone itself. This is really a fantastic product by Rode, made just for podcasting. It does an amazing job. I believe they have a USB version of it as well, connection type at the end. But this one is the XLR. So if you're getting the DBX286S, this would be a great gift for a birthday or later the next year, or for somebody else to get them. Of course, you do not have to spend this kind of money on a microphone. In fact, you can get audio-technia AT2020s and things for like $90 that are just as good. They're great mics as well, I should say. Maybe not just as good, but great mics as well. And depending on their purpose, what they're using it for, like podcast work and things, they'll get, you know, their mileage may vary depending on what they're doing with it. But certainly for podcasting, YouTube videos, gaming, Twitch, those type of things, this is an incredible mic for them to get their hands on. I absolutely love this mic. I got this mic as a gift myself. Definitely look for sales on this and see what you... Okay, I know people are going to make jokes about the Apple AirPods here. But here's the thing. The Apple AirPods are, as somebody who is a wannabe audiophile, I look for the quality of the audio first and foremost in most cases. However, there is something to be said about the convenience of the AirPods. The fact that you have a case that charges them for over 24 hours, so you constantly have that battery life, because I'm one of those people who do not like to have 50 things plugged in on my nightstand. That case, the ease of setup, if you have an iPhone, is second to none. They just absolutely did a fantastic job there. The audio quality is not great, but the audio quality on any Bluetooth headsets that I've heard, frankly, isn't great. It's good enough. You can still enjoy your music. It's still Bluetooth at the end of the day. Now, maybe if you get in a $500 to $1,000 range, Bluetooth starts really becoming good. There are some that have a little better soundstage and stuff. But anyways, the longest range, the soundstage, and the simple setup, I end up utilizing these definitely when I'm going on the road and I'm going to be sitting in line for a long time, somewhere standing in line, like say sitting at the DMV, or going through a store or whatever. You want to make sure you don't have any social interaction with other humans, which is really important. You can just like point to this and be like, no, I'm listening to music, go away. You can also take phone calls and things on that. Obviously, if you're not an iPhone user, I don't recommend them. There are other alternatives out there to these. I have done some reviews on them on my channel. They're okay. I think the Apple AirPods are great. AKG K702 reference class headphones are the ones you see me wearing most of the time, except for now because I'm moving and most stuff is packed up. Headphones make, first of all, a fantastic gift for anybody. So I tell people you really have never experienced your music till you listen to a good pair of headphones and a DAC amplifier to really round it out. And then you're going to bring this almost childlike enjoyment back to your music by doing so. The AKG K702s are absolutely amazing soundstage out there. They're fantastic for doing studio monitoring work and those type of things as well. You see them in almost all of my videos and podcast work. They're the giant, goofy looking headphones. And that's okay with me because it sounds so good. If I'm interviewing somebody or whatnot on a podcast, I don't have to ask them, can you repeat that again? Because I didn't quite hear you. It's just very, very, very clear vocals, very clear lows, mids, and highs. So if you're splurging here, definitely pair it with a nice DAC or amplifier. But just these headphones by themselves are going to get you an incredible experience. And headphones, anything like a Audio-Technica, a Focal Line, Sennheiser, those type of headphones that you're going to generally see in the audiophile enthusiast forums, the forums of the headphones that we can actually afford as audiophile enthusiasts, not the ones that are like, hey, buy these $5,000 ones. Bear Dynamics, those type of headphones, they're generally within consumer price range, will give you an amazing experience. So you don't have to go with these ones specifically. I do have reviews for a lot of headphones similar to this on my channel that you can check out as well. But these are very good ones. If you want in-ear headphones, the Focal Spheres are where it's at. I've been recommending these. These have made my list at least 1 or 2 years in a row now. The Focal Sphere plug-in headphones, I just think for a very, very low price, for $64 here to pick these up, have some of the best in-ear sounding headphones you can get. If you also pair them, I was talking about that DAC and headphone amp. Believe me, the sound card in your computer 9 times out of 10 does not have the power to properly run your headphones, especially these higher end headphones. You're just not going to get the sound quality you could get using a separate USB DAC and headphone amp. This FIO E10 has also made my list multiple years. It is my favorite amp. It's small, it's portable, it's powerful enough to drive these headphones, and you just get an incredibly good experience out of it. Sonos wireless speakers also made my list here. I still remember the first time that I heard these little speakers, very heavy, high quality speakers. I got one of the Play ones. I put it in a room. I turned it on. I looked at my wife and I was like, oh my God. And we both kind of like could not believe the sound that was coming out of this little tiny speaker. Obviously, this has improved over the years, being able to get amazing sound out of these small, tiny speakers. I think Sonos does it the best. I have bought other versions of these, like the Bose version of it, etc., and they're just not as good. They're just not as vibrant. They don't fill the room. There are several lines of Sonos, but this was one of the cheaper lines, so I added it in here. And cheaper doesn't necessarily mean cheap. It's just this is the Play 1 speakers are $149. They go on up. They have Play 2, Play 3 speakers, etc. The cool thing about these is if you buy them over time, they have a hub that comes with them and you can keep pairing them all up. So you can have music playing all together. So let's say you had one in your bedroom, one in your living room, one in your kitchen. You could pair all three so they're playing the same song at the same time and you're getting that awesome surround sound kind of feel. Or you could have each one playing separate music in each room, which just makes them really cool. Very easy to control, very beautiful sound. I highly recommend them. I enjoy them a lot. So check those out. Listen, the Ryzen 7 2700X is the best CPU I've ever stuck in a computer, and I've been building computers my entire life since I was 12 years old in my dad's computer shop. So I just cannot tell you how thrilled I am with the power and the capabilities of the Ryzen 7 2700X. I highly, highly recommend this CPU. If you have a geek in your life and you want to buy one of these for you, first, can I be your friend or be adopted as a family member? Because that would be a heck of a gift. But number two, understand that generally if they're into PC building, that there's a lot of parts that would have to come with this probably. So unless they already have an AMD Ryzen chip, you know, like 1300 or something like that, that you may be able to upgrade the CPU inside of to the 2700X. This would be one of those gifts where you've taken a big chunk out of their upgrade cost. They'll have to buy a bunch of other components to get use out of it. But if you know the geek in your life is into building, upgrading PCs and those type of things, they will not be upset with the Ryzen 7 2700X. And if they are, strip their geek card away from them immediately because they're not a true geek. The Benq Zowie FK2 Ambidextrious gaming mouse is a left-handed person. This is very important for the ambidextrous part. Because most mice are tilted in such a way that I can't really use them easily as a left-handed, but this works for left and right-handed. It is right-handed people. This is one of those mice that's used in most competitive CSGO players or high-end gamers will utilize a Benq Zowie mouse for the incredible sensors that are included in them, as well as the great weighting and button placement on these mice themselves. These are just really fantastic for any operating system, which is also why I recommend them, because all the configurations are done via the hardware. For instance, to change which buttons, if I want the left side activated or the right side of the side buttons, I just plug it in while holding in that side of buttons into the computer and it knows, okay, activate the left side. So you don't have to deal with any software or anything else with these. On top of it, they're professional gaming mice, and you can pick them up for about $58, a little on up, depending on the type that you want. So I think I'm using the FK2 that I recommend here directly. So there you go. I've talked about the Raspberry Pis on Destination Linux. We've joked about it with all the hosts there. They are just one of the most robust little mini computers you can get. I linked to a kit here. And the kit comes with some cases and things, but you can just get the Raspberry Pi device, this little thing by itself as well if you want to save some money. But the kit's nice. This is the kit I actually have. I don't think I bought it as a kit, but I ended up getting a plastic case just like this and a separate USB or AC adapter here and the heat sinks and those type of things. But in any case, the Raspberry Pi is an endless source of learning and entertainment. You can do robotics with this thing. You can do home automation with it. You can create servers that run off of it. If you cannot have enough of these either, which make it a perfect gift. So if somebody already has one and you give them another one, they're going to be just as happy, because the more you play with the Raspberry Pi, the more you want them. So definitely a great gift. The Dell Xps has been one of my favorite laptops I've put my hands on. I linked to Dell directly here for their Linux line of computers that they have. If you are somebody who wants to get an amazing gift for the geek in your life, and again, please adopt me, definitely check out one of these Developer Edition XPSs with the Infinity screen specifically. I just absolutely have fallen in love with my XPS 13 that I have. I think it's such a fantastic little device, so check it out. The HP Officejet 6960. One of the things that can be annoying in Linux or other operating systems is setting up a printer, especially when they don't work correctly. In this case, the HP Officejet 6960 worked right out of the box with Arch, with Ubuntu, with any of the distros that I've thrown at it. That's because HP's kind of got a long record for supporting open source drivers out there. This includes with scanning utilities and other things you want to do for a printer, instantly finds it, instantly works. You can also, when you get the printer set up so that you can just, it has an email address, you send to the email address, it prints off any attachments that are attached to the email automatically. It's just a really brilliant printer. It works every time. I'm sure there are other great printers out there as well. This one I can personally attest to is fantastic as a scanner and a printer that I've used a ton in the home buying process here recently. The Magewell USB capture device, if you have a geek that's going to get into console gaming, streaming, Twitch, YouTube, maybe multi-PC streaming, those type of things, or wants to capture camera like a DSLR as a webcam or anything like that, the Magewell is kind of the go-to device for cross-platform use. This was featured at the Southeast Linux Fest all over the place. They use this in every room for the conferences to capture the video footage, etc. It's a workhorse. It doesn't look like much, and I certainly think they overpriced this little device by like $200. There are other devices that I've shown on my channel as well that are much cheaper, so you can check those out. But the Magewell has, the reason why I include it and not the others, has the longest track record of use that I've used, that it's just never gotten hot, never burnt out, never had any issues. It always works and functions. So it's a very cool capture device for anything that's HDMI. So one end plugs in USB to your computer, the other end's HDMI, and boom, you're up and running. So a little pricey there. Subscription-based gifts, Digitalocean Droplet. Again, like a Raspberry Pi, endless possibilities, endless cloud server possibilities, build a website, create your own RSS server, everything in between. Droplets cost starting at $5 a month. So give them a gift card with some money on it. Let them get a Digitalocean Droplet and they'll be good to go. Humble Bundle monthly. I said here, giving to charity is awesome, but getting games for while doing charity, even sweeter. So Humble Bundle monthly subscription delivers games to your inbox every month, and some of the proceeds go to charity. So you can give that gift for $12 per month. Proton Mail. This is the world's best privacy and encryption-based email server, cloud-based email service out there. I think subscriptions start at $5 per month on up. You can look for some codes and things in there, maybe even get that dropped down. PIA VPN, private internet access, give somebody a year subscription to a VPN. Definitely keep all of their online traffic safe utilizing a VPN. I think that would be a cool gift. And software donation to any open source project, of course. So if your geek is into Linux or open source, make a donation in their name. I think that's an amazing gift to give somebody. So that's an option. Steam gift card, those type of things. Of course, maybe 2 would be a good gift in here for software. But I also added Lightworks video editor. Now this isn't open source. I recently was introduced to Lightworks from Noah from the Ask Noah show. Kden Live is amazing. It's free video editor that you can utilize, but I've been looking for more and more things to do with my videos and to, of course, just learn more professional video editors that are out there on the market. Lightworks is cross-platform. You can use it on Linux, Windows, Mac, it doesn't matter. And it's extremely powerful. So powerful, in fact, they've edited Emmy-winning movies utilizing Lightworks out there that you've definitely heard of. Subscriptions start $24 per month. This is a pretty pricey product. They did have 50% off during Black Friday. So maybe look for a sale on it, or even contact them and say, hey, I'm late to your sale. Maybe you guys can hook me up, and maybe you can get an outright license like I get, where you don't have to pay monthly, or just get them a couple months, maybe get them a year subscription, see if they like it. It's something they'll stick to. The soldering hot air workstation under the other gifts. This is just one of my favorite little things. It's not particularly expensive. It's $100, but it has a soldering iron on there, multiple tips, and it has the hot air rework station attached to it, which is fantastic for working on board level repairs and those type of things. This is just something that I utilize all year round. It would make an amazing gift. It's $100, so definitely consider checking that out. My Yeti Cup goes everywhere with me, so I wanted to put different price range stuff on here. You can get these for $54. I do recommend you don't buy them off of any store online, but actually go to a sporting goods store to pick up this gift, because there are so many fake Yetis out there, and it's almost impossible to tell, except for they're not as good as the real ones. But it seems like most of the ones that I've gotten at actual sporting goods stores have all been authentic, so that may be the route to go there. Bun Pro Coffee Maker. This was one of those things that was just like a novelty buy that absolutely can change your life. This will make a full pot of coffee faster than a Keurig. It doesn't need a water connection supply like a lot of the Pro line coffee makers do. It constantly keeps water hot in its reservoir here, and as you pour more liquid in, that kind of goes into its holding reservoir, and then it takes the water it's already been heating and utilizes it. So as soon as you pour the water in and put the carafe right underneath, it starts pouring coffee. It makes it super fast, just the right temperature. Absolutely fantastic product. Every geek needs coffee, needs that brain energy fuel called coffee that we need. Roku Express is a great streaming media player here. You can pick up for 29 bucks. I use one in one of the rooms. Absolutely love it. The PS4 console, every now and then a console exclusive, is fun to play. Also, this device plays DVDs, Blu-ray discs, and has all of the Netflix and Amazon and everything else, so you can use it as a media entertainment system. I think the PS4 makes a pretty good console if you're going to pick one up. This was $300. It was the current price, but you see these on sale all day long, so definitely check that out. And last but not least, the Destination Linux or DasGeek swag. Go ahead, fight me. It's shameless plug in there, but what would be better than having a DasGeek shirt out there, you know, to give to the geek in your life? If they're a fan of the show, a fan of the Destination Linux podcast, get them a patron subscription. It could be $1 or more. Get them a t-shirt, get them a sweater, something like that. They'll absolutely love it. So that is my recommendation for gifts on here. We have a whole wide range of prices here. If you don't have anybody that's going to get you any gifts and you're looking for gifts for yourself, even better, because all of these ones I definitely stand behind are fantastic products there. Go check out DasGeekCommunity.com. Leave your comments in the description below. And until next time, get out there and fill your brains.
Don't forget to subscribe. Just not like the video.